Hi, it's February 2018. My name is Dan Zaretsky. This presentation will cover the features and benefits of a new offering from Pravici called the Pravici Blockchain. Everyone's talking about blockchain technology and everyone's very excited about it. But blockchain will not come overnight, especially for large, successful corporations with established programs, processes, and customer bases. Whereas the guy that's developing the latest pickle coin to run on the blockchain doesn't have to worry about such matters as how to transition their existing customer base to the new technology. You, on the other hand, do have to worry about that. This is one of the big reasons why Pravici developed this offering, is to serve the needs of companies to transition or migrate to a more robust blockchain platform over time. What blockchain allows you to do is to securely exchange information with your partners. So going beyond even loyalty, this technology, namely the blockchain, solves the vexing A to Z integration problem of wiring up partners with enterprises. And it results in multiple benefits. A low-cost, simplified extension of your partner ecosystem, a reduction of IT overhead and maintenance costs, improved security integrity of the system and data, and a stronger, better brand-associated customer satisfaction from loyalty program benefits, and of course, the associated improved monetization. All this is possible to implement while still leveraging your pre-existing loyalty platform. Our solution does not affect things like your tiers, your promotions, your user interface, or other elements specific to your existing loyalty program and platform. So imagine for a minute an automotive situation with a large dealer network. By implementing a blockchain as the shared distributed database between all the dealers, loyalty will be only one of many potential applications that can be built upon this blockchain. Vehicle transfers, status, invoice settlements can all be executed securely and efficiently without having to reinvent the wheel every time. Eventually, an automotive company could have a permission blockchain with all its dealers and partners worldwide and perform monetary settlements across borders at a fraction of today's costs. So before we get into the details of the blockchain and specifically the Pravici blockchain offering, let's talk a little bit about Pravici itself. Pravici was founded in 2012 by a group of consultants from Oracle Consulting Practice, and the consultants that formed Pravici were specifically focused on the customer loyalty segment. Oracle Siebel Loyalty and Oracle Cloud Loyalty are really the only two major enterprise strength loyalty products out there. And the Pravici principles have helped some of the largest customers in the world with some of the largest loyalty programs in the world to implement these products and to create world-class loyalty programs. Companies like Southwest Airlines, American Airlines, and General Motors, to name a few, are companies that have leveraged and benefited from the expertise of the Pravici resources. Now, as I mentioned, there's many benefits to the Pravici blockchain offering. But in addition, there's two specific issues or pain points with most loyalty programs today that the Pravici blockchain offering is specifically intended to address. The first of these issues or pain points is the difficulty and cost associated with adding new partners into your loyalty network. Every additional partner that's added requires effort from business resources from your team to set up and establish the relationships and agreements, and also there's the technical interactions that drive effort and commitment from your IT staff. This to handle the file transfers, accruals, customer satisfaction, and other types of technical activities required to keep the partner network and the partners that are participating in your loyalty program aligned and happy. The second main issue with most loyalty programs, or pain point, that are addressed by the Pravici Blockchain Offering is that of customer disengagement. Customers neglect loyalty programs. This is not news to anyone. Now, your loyalty program seeks to maximize your connection with customers in order to monetize and get the full benefits from the program that you put in place. However, often the limits of how points can be spent within the system limits the expandability and engagement problem mentioned previously. For example, customers may not have enough points to spend on the big ticket items that your company offers, or they simply may not know how they can use the points. And not only is maintaining the stagnant accounts of such members an extra load on IT, it begs the question, how can we change this? To understand how the Pravici blockchain offering can address these two important pain points with many existing loyalty platforms and programs, let's imagine a scenario where partners can be added with a few clicks in the computer. IT can securely and accurately track transactions without painful manual process, and customers will associate their points in your company as a valuable currency for a variety of uses. This is what Pravici blockchain technology can do for your business. Now, blockchain is a complicated technology to say the least. However, let me provide a quick blockchain 101 so that you can easily and clearly follow what Pravici is proposing here and how the blockchain offering can help solve these issues as well as many others. To understand this, let me set the stage. You already understand how most financial transactions are currently handled. Let's use banks as an easy example. The bank is a trusted central authority, as well as an intermediary in transactions of money. When we think of a supply chain, we think of money being exchanged for goods between parties, from the supplier or warehouse to distributor or customer. And while the money eventually does end up in those locations, this is not actually what happens. Really, the bank is responsible for verifying that a payer account has the money to move, and then the bank moves that sum. We're going to ignore physical cash for this exercise. Now, the bank authorizes and records transactions. What got bought, what got sold, where did the money go, for what, etc. What are the outstanding balances of all the parties, etc., right? Well, banks also verify identity. Are the accounts real? Do the parties have the money they say they do? And are they in good financial standing? So this central authority handles three things in this scenario. One, a stamp of endorsement saying that this transaction is valid. Secondly, the central authority, or bank in this example, facilitates the transaction by moving the monetary value from one account to the other. And thirdly, the bank records that transaction and all other associated information to a central database. So continuing our bank example, now think of money as what it really is, a symbol of value that can be redeemed for something you want, such as cars, food, services, entertainment, or even other symbols of value. Think of currency exchanges, for example, or in-game currency. In the same way that money is a symbol that we can use to buy real things, points are a symbol of currency or value within your loyalty program. And those points are centrally managed in your database. So, to be perfectly clear, as a bank is the central authority in monetary transactions in the real world, you are the central authority for points-based transactions within your loyalty program ecosystem. Now, being the central authority and manager of this currency called loyalty points leads to several responsibilities. And the larger your loyalty program grows and the more widespread, the issues associated with being the central authority can compound. Increased IT resource load, difficulties in partner onboarding and offboarding, potential customer satisfaction impacts, and potential security and data integrity issues. The more you grow, the more the issues can compound. So now, instead, imagine that management over transaction data within your loyalty network is distributed across all entities which are part of your loyalty program. Each partner entity, which we call a node, has a local instance or copy of the ledger. This allows each node the ability to verify, execute, and record transactions in the blockchain while also automatically updating all the other copies of the blockchain throughout the network. Transactions themselves are logged in the network ledger as time-stamped clusters. Each time-sensitive record is called a block, and each block contains multiple transactions and the details of those transactions, to whom, for what, and how much. The block, once created, is then replicated to every ledger on the network. As the blocks stack up in a chain, they create the history of where an object or a point or a token or a coin is now and where it has been. This history, transcribed in blocks within networked ledgers, is called the blockchain. A blockchain is a distributed database that maintains records. Every node is cross-checking the others for accuracy, making the entire transaction record, the ledger, always up to date and immunized or immutable against tampering. At each moment in the blockchain, token exchanges or transactions are tracked automatically. No costly overhead to collect and verify accrual and redemption information within a central database. Now, previously I mentioned immutability. Let me tell you what I meant. By its nature, blockchain prevents fraud from tricking the system, such as an attacker trying to spend tokens twice at two different nodes. In a blockchain, even if an attacker somehow compromised the ledger at a primary database location, other nodes on the network work together to ensure that the data isn't corrupted. They are trusted partners, and they're there for security as well as to transact business. Now, additionally, since Pravici is using the Hyperledger technology as our foundation, we're talking about something called a permissioned or private network, where unlike a public network where all nodes can see the data of the ledger and everyone can join, a permissioned network means that you maintain or retain control of who is let onto the network, and you can also specify who has access to what type of information or transactions. While the ledger is updated across the blockchain, not everyone can view all the data that is transcribed. The customizability of blockchain is one great aspect of the Hyperledger technology, among many others, and it makes Hyperledger a sound and desirable platform to build upon. So let me pause here and check and make sure that you guys are following along. I hope you can see how the Pravici blockchain solution is a natural step forward in implementing and managing your own loyalty program in a much better way. Not to mention, the Pravici blockchain could potentially open many other facets of your business that deals in tracking movements, whether it's shipments from a factory to a dealer, flour to bakery to customer, sourcing of food, movement of automobiles from manufacturer to dealer, to finance, etc. And as we mentioned, we're not talking about a total remodel of your current loyalty program. As a matter of fact, you can keep your current, what we call existing loyalty platform, for example, Siebel or Oracle Cloud Loyalty, and we will unbolt the traditional central database of points and migrate that to the new and shiny object called a blockchain. And this will position you for future benefits as well as give you a great head start in improving your existing loyalty program. Once the blockchain is in place, adding new partners becomes as simple as authorizing access to the blockchain network. Partners become another type of account or wallet on the network with permission to offer services in exchange for points or tokens issued by you. Access to joining your network is now much simpler and thus can expand much faster. Cognitively, for most people, it's easier to spend meager amounts of points to buy some coffee on the way to work than to save up and buy a larger item, such as a car, a plane ticket, or some jewelry, or, for example, a car rental. Now, if your customers can do that, the possibilities that open up are quite exciting. As customers understand that your currency can be spent in many different places, the implication is that your rewards currency could be used in a public setting in the future as a monetary symbol of value. So now let's get to some blocking and tackling. Exactly what is it that we're offering with the Pravici blockchain? Well, at a high level, there's four things. First of all, we're going to replace your existing loyalty program point transactions database with our TLP or Tokenized Loyalty Points blockchain. And we're going to convert your point balances to token balances, and we'll convert your loyalty member accounts to wallets. Second, we provide the Pravici ADE or Asset Distribution Engine. This engine distributes tokens to wallets based on a data feed from either your existing loyalty platform or your ERP system, for example. Thirdly, we provide an administrative interface for managing partner onboarding and offboarding as well as monitoring partner transactions. Fourth, we'll provide a mobile app or browser app for end users to use their points on the system, transferring points, redeeming points, viewing point balances and transaction history. Again, all this is delivered with no interference to your current loyalty platform. We'll continue to leverage your setup in your loyalty program for promotions, tiers, demographics, etc. Now, we believe that our low-risk approach to implementing a blockchain database provides inroads to using the technology that allow you to benefit from it, but without a total blow-up and overhaul of a system that you're already heavily invested in and is probably working very well. I'll explain more on this later. One last thing before we get into the actual software demo for the Pravici blockchain. I think it's beneficial to walk through the scenario that we're about to demonstrate in the software demo, just to make sure that everyone understands who the various players are and that the demonstration makes a lot of sense. So we start off with Dave. Dave is a customer of, let's call it Automotive Company A. Now, Automotive Company A has a very successful loyalty program in place, and Dave made a purchase of a new car not so long ago and earned quite a few points. In addition, Dave signed up for the loyalty program at the automotive company. Although he was allocated points on his purchase of his car, he's been really struggling to know what to do with his points or tokens. He's not planning to buy another car for quite a while, so his options for using his points or tokens seem a little bit hopeless. Matter of fact, he's all but forgotten he has any points to use. But recently, a local coffee shop that Dave visits regularly applied to become a partner with the automotive company's loyalty program. Now, Deborah is the owner of the shop, and she wants to bring in more business. She believes sharing in the good reputation of the automotive company loyalty program will elevate her status as a business while also bringing in more customers. So, in a few simple clicks, apply, and choosing redeem only, Deborah has applied to become a loyalty partner, and she's hoping that her application is approved soon. At the automotive company, Jake James handles incoming requests. As a system expert and business pro, Jake determines that Deborah's company is in good standing and will be a good fit for the automotive company loyalty program network. So once Jake has checked out Deborah's application, in a couple of clicks, he approves her application to join as a trusted partner in the loyalty program. He sends an email. The system triggers an email being sent to Deborah. She receives the email that explains that she has been approved. Now, all she has to do is generate a wallet, which will allow her and her company to redeem customer tokens in her shop. The next morning, Dave enters the shop and sees that he can buy his favorite caramel macchiato latte with rewards tokens that he has from his automotive company loyalty program. Dave is stoked, and he downloads the company's mobile loyalty app. After ordering, he decides he can pay with his tokens. Deborah is also delighted to have the business so fast and tells Dave how many tokens he needs to pay with. Dave sends the tokens, let's say 100, and Deborah confirms the transaction to her wallet and hands Dave his coffee. Nothing better than free stuff, Dave thinks as he continues on to work. Now, in the back end, the blockchain has logged the transaction in real time and sent the exchange record to the rest of the network automatically. Later, Deborah looks into her wallet and is able to redeem those transferred points as cash, gift cards, or other services within the automotive company. Dave's happy to have his quick reward, Deborah's happy to have the new business, and Jake carries on quickly to more pressing tasks, and the loyalty program is being utilized to its fullest with easy use and transfer of this digital currency. Here's a few more details on specifically what we're offering. Now, our offering is low risk and high rewards. The potential for extending the business of your loyalty program without worrying about getting bogged down in processes that don't scale quite so efficiently. Now, we at Pravici understand the needs of your loyalty program and the goals of your business. So to begin with, we propose a pilot implementation of our TLP blockchain. First things first, you'll need to work with us to define an instance of TLP that runs in your environment. And we'll work with you to define a few setup parameters, the rules for partner and customer access, the exchange and redemption rates for tokens, and we'll work to link the TLP blockchain and TLP wallet into your existing company infrastructure. You'll be able to test it out and become comfortable with the technology. Additionally, it's an invitation to start learning in-house about how the blockchain technology works and what can be achieved with it. Rather than waiting for blockchain technology to advance to some amazing state in the future, or wait for someone to come up with a completely new revolutionary solution for loyalty programs on the blockchain, we're recommending moving in that direction yourself now, but taking baby steps, if you will, or blocking and tackling. You can develop your expertise yourself and through phases transition to this technology without insignificant impacts. Let our expertise guide you and your team to taking incremental action now by starting a pilot. Once implemented, it's an easy hop, skip step to rolling out blockchain technology more broadly into other facets of your business. Only now, you won't need to feel paralyzed with the complexity of it. Any manner of transactions, such as payments to suppliers, interdepartmental exchanges, even things like employee payments and relationships with all sorts of third-party providers, can be enabled on the blockchain. And by getting started now, you'd be in the lead to run that marathon. And lastly, this could set the stage for you to issue your very own digital currency in the public arena. Well, I think that about sums it up. I know there's a lot to absorb here. We're going to move now into the live software demo. Thank you very much for your attention to this point.